Hello and welcome. You're watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. High voltage hearing underway currently in Dominica on the deportation of Mehul Choksi, the man who has defrauded the Punjab National Bank and has taken away and is accused of taking away the money of the Indian taxpayer. He ran away to Antigua. He took the citizenship there, but now we are hearing that the order could be given any time now. The defense put up a very stiff opposition, naturally saying that he is a citizen of Antigua. There was an attempt to kidnap him, even an attempt to try and honey trap him, and that is how he landed up in Dominica. The prosecution and the government of Dominica were unequivocal. There was no attempt to kidnap. We didn't lay a finger on him. This gentleman needs to be sent back. So it's not just Antigua. Remember, the Prime Minister of Antigua earlier, Gaston Brown, had spoken to Times Now and said that Mehul Choksi, instead of being sent back to Antigua, should be directly taken back to his country of origin, to India, and now the Dominican government has said the same as well. Siddhant, who's been tracking this case very, very closely, is joining us live with the latest developments, and now the last resort that had been taken by Mehul Choksi's lawyer, saying that there was an attempt to take him, and let's pull up the visuals of that catamaran, that yacht, which Choksi's lawyer said was brought in order to kidnap him and take him away. You have the prosecution saying now, I'm sorry, there was no such thing. Siddhant. So the kidnapping theory is being completely debunked by not just the government, but also the police of Dominica. Siddhant.
Well, Padmaja, the case of prosecution is so strong that I am being told that the defense can ask for the adjournment of the hearing, because the Dominican prosecution team is backed by the court-related papers of Mehul Choksi in India. They are backed by the red corner notices. They are also backed by Mehul Choksi's background. They have completely refused any kind of violence or any kind of abduction taking place. They have also said that the habeas corpus plea is non-maintainable. To an extent, this is what they have said. Now, you were asking about the yacht. So, Padmaja, it was said that this yacht was used to smuggle Mehul Choksi in Dominica. Now, we have spoken to the clearing agent, the company which handled the clearing of the yacht. The owner of the company confirmed to me there were 3 Caribbean citizens and 2 Indians on board, but there was no Mehul Choksi on the board. And I had even sent photograph of Mehul Choksi to him on WhatsApp to confirm, and he said, and he told me that Mehul Choksi was not on the board. We also have that audio recording with us. Now, the same fellow Andrew, who is the owner of the Cobra Tours and Travels, the same owner's statement was recorded by the authorities, and that statement is also put up before the court to convince the court that Mehul Choksi was not abducted. The said yacht in which he was smuggled, it is nothing like that, because the clearing agent himself is testifying that there was no Mehul Choksi on the yacht. So at this point in time, Padmaja, the hearing is still going on. All eyes are on the court. Indian sides have done their best to convince their counterparts in Dominica, and let's hope for the best.
So, Siddhant, I'm going to ask you a subjective question, but purely as somebody who's seen the details of this case, does it seem like at this point the going is quite tough for Mehul Choksi? Because the country where he came from, Antigua, is saying, you're not our citizen. India, which he fled, is saying, you are still our citizen. And Dominica, where he hoped to find refuge, is saying, we don't want you. Siddhant. So everyone is asking for him to be returned to India.
Well, that's absolutely right. Yes, now everyone is on the same boat. So last week, Padmaja, when I was doing this story, I got a press release from Ministry of Home Affairs in Dominica, and they were telling me that we will deport him to Antigua as he is an Antiguan citizen. But today, the Dominican government has taken a complete U-turn in the courts. And this is because must be the Indian teams present in Dominica managed to convince their counterparts that look, he is a fraudster, he has cheated people of India to the tune of 2 billion, and there are red corner notices against him. At the same time, Padmaja, one more point which I was missing is that the UK Westminster's court order has also been cited by the prosecution, that this is not a normal case that we are picking any citizen of our country and sending him to India. This is an extraordinary case because he is a fraudster and he has cheated people in India, and his place should be Indian jails, not Antigua. So these all arguments happened in the courts.
So stay with me, Siddhant. Stay with me. We will keep coming back to you for more updates. Like you said, very close now to the eventual order coming out. Is India one step closer, or rather very, very close to getting back Mehul Choksi? Joining us on the News Hour agenda, we have Alex Bruno, political consultant, joining us live from Dominica, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, Ghanshyam Tiwari, national spokesperson of Samajwadi Party, Dr. Suman Siraman, political analyst. But my first question is to Vijay Agarwal, who is a lawyer for Mehul Choksi. Vijay Agarwal, where do you think this case stands at this point? Because Dominican government making a case for extradition of Mr. Choksi, of the deportation of Mr. Choksi to India, would surely be a blow to his prospects. Vijay Agarwal.
One need to get the basic facts right. People are giving wrong informations. Let me tell you what is the case. Let us understand what is the matter in the court. Matter in the court is a petition of habeas corpus by Mr. Mehul Choksi, stating that he has not committed any crime in Dominica because he has not come there voluntarily, he has been kidnapped. So the court is only to decide that whether Mehul Choksi has committed any crime in Dominica or not, should he be in custody or not. No India's request whether he's done anything in India, whether he should be extradited, whether he should be deported. No case is there. So I'm seeing that all these speculations, I tell you with full sense of responsibility, whether he should go to India or not, what he's done in India is not the consideration before the court. So there is no question of being a step away. This is there is no road leading.
But that is the case.
I wish good luck.
But that is the case you are making, Mr. Agarwal. That is the case that you are making. The prosecution there has said, and I quote, in submissions before court are, if I may.
I'm telling you what the petition is.
Absolutely. Okay. But if I may,
now, in 15 minutes, truth will come out. And I tell you with the full sense of responsibility, in the court, there could not be a discussion about whether he should go to India or not. India has no locus. India will not be heard. I am telling you, see, we are lawyers. We know what we are saying. See, sir, these days, everyone is coming.
We will wait for that. We are not here.
Within 15 minutes, we will know about this.
Absolutely. So we will wait for those 15 minutes. But let me quote to you what was said
in
court today by the prosecution, since you mentioned that the case here is of a habeas corpus. The prosecution is saying there is no case of habeas to be made out because Mr. Choksi has entered the country, that he has entered Dominica illegally, and there was no attempt to kidnap him. There was no kidnapping attempt. The police in Dominica has said on record that we are not involved at all in either confining him or in any of the bruising that is seen on his body. So your contention that this is about habeas corpus is not maintainable. That's what the prosecution has said.
You're 100% right.
Because the entry is illegal.
100% right. But you are 100% right that this is the question whether Mr. Mehul Choksi has committed an offense or not. It is not in question whether he should be deported to India or to Antigua or what it should be done with him. First of all, this would be assessed that whether as per section 6.1 of the Dominica Passport and Immigration Act, whether he is a prohibited immigrant or not. So this is only the consideration, nothing else. So I wish good luck. I wish happy vacations to the team. I thank them for wasting the taxpayers' money. They had taking the plane there, so they had no business. So this is it. So whether he will go to India.
Well, sir, if the Indian government is making an effort to bring back up somebody who is accused of defrauding the Indian exchequer, it I don't think can be called a vacation by any stretch of the imagination. But leaving that aside, if you are saying that this wasn't even the substance of the case, why is the Dominican government today in court on record saying that this gentleman should be sent back to India? Not saying removed from Dominica, they have made a case for his deportation to India, similar to what the Prime Minister of Antigua has also said on record. And both their grounds are the same, that he is an illegal. He remains a citizen of India and he is an illegal entity in both Dominica and in Antigua. Mr. Agarwal.
Mr. Choksi's citizenship is not being discussed. Only thing being discussed earlier, what you said was 24 karat gold. That the discussion is that whether Dominica police had his was hand in glove in his kidnapping or not, or whether it was accomplice or not, or whether Mr. Mehul Choksi came on his own volition. So this is the only question, whether he is a citizen of India, whether is he a citizen of Antigua. All these questions are going to arise much later. India is not even a party. India will not be heard. Here, there is one Mr. Choksi. He says that I am found in Dominican waters. I did not come on my own. I have been brought here forcibly. Police says that no, we found him in the Dominican waters. That's it. So that's the only consideration. See, you are a very, very respected channel. But please see, the viewers have a right to know the truth. Permit me to say, and please do not take it otherwise, few days back it was shown here that Mr. Mehul Choksi was found dining in the restaurant with a girl in Dominica. It was said on your channel that there were scuba drivers who have been sent. He was carrying the lot of documents with him.
No, Mr. Agarwal, if I may ask you to pause over there. Gaston Brown has told us on record, the Prime Minister of Antigua, sir, told us on record, and I will play it out for you if you like, and let me get our correspondent Siddhant, because sir, you're talking about facts. Let's be very clear about facts. Gaston Brown said that he took, I'm quoting the Prime Minister, the head of state of Antigua, who has said that Mr. Mehul Choksi went to Dominica where he took his lady friend out for dinner and a good time. I am quoting only the Prime Minister, sir, and I do not mean any malafide to anyone, and that is exactly why we ran that information, because it was said on record to us by Gaston Brown.
This all was said. Let me tell you, when Mr. Mehul Choksi was found.
No, sir, as far as facts are concerned, we are going to stand by our facts, and they are 100% ironclad.
Correct information. I'm telling you something which you do not know.
Since you were talking about dinner, I think it's only fair that on the matter of facts and on the matter of the yacht that you refer to, sir, one, you say that he was kidnapped. On the issue of kidnapping, today the police has said on record there is no kidnapping. This gentleman is an Indian citizen. Even his citizenship is of Antigua is under a cloud because it was done with fraudulent means. By fraudulent means, to his presence in Dominica has been, and the reason. But let me, since you mentioned that particular fact, let me get my colleague Siddhant to respond to that. Just a second. Since you're talking about facts, sir, Siddhant, you're talking about dinner. I will tell you exactly where the issue of the dinner came from, sir, and we're talking only about facts. Siddhant, dinner. Mr. Agarwal says this dinner is imaginary.
Well, Mr. Agarwal, Padmaja, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Agarwal, Padmaja is referring to Prime Minister Gaston Brown's interview to me, where he has made this allegation that Mr. Choksi was going on a holiday to Dominica, and there he made this monumental error. And since he was trying to illegal Dominica, entering illegally into the country, so he was detained by the authorities. So this is what Mr. Gaston Brown has alleged in an interview to me. And Padmaja is only referring to that interview at this point in time. Second, she also has a question, Mr. Agarwal, that the prosecution today refused all the claims of abduction or manhandling of Mr. Choksi, your client, and even it was even the courts we have been told that courts are also convinced that no such abduction or manhandling has taken place.
Okay,
So
we've
what
got
do you have
big
to
news
say
coming
on
in.
that?
The defense has asked for another hearing and security for Mr. Choksi. Dominican court has adjourned the hearing until tomorrow. We are not playing judge, jury, executioner. We are just putting the facts out there, and all these facts are attributed to people who are in positions of responsibility. The fact of the matter is that India has also sent documents to say that we want Mr. Choksi back. The government of Antigua has said his citizenship is under a cloud. The government of Dominica has said that we don't want him here. And that really, as the facts stand right now. First, reaction from you, sir, Mr. Agarwal, where now
I'm not aware.
there is a demand for
Just-
security and the hearing is adjourned until tomorrow.
See, I am bound by client-attorney privilege communications, client-attorney privilege communication. So those details I cannot reveal. But there you are very, very right that the matter is only the Dominican police. What Dominican police is saying and what Mr. Choksi is saying, please be clear, his citizenship is not in question. And all these claims need to be made only after these affidavits which have been filed by both the sides become public, which they will become public in a couple of days. And I could not understand. One gentleman came and said that the court seems convinced. So it was written on the face of the court. What are we talking that the court seems convinced? Why do we try to spice everything up? So the court was convinced. Two lawyers have argued. The judge is
we
right to.
haven't said the court seems
And one
convinced.
looks at the judge's face.
We
and
purely put
all
the
my
facts,
life
sir,
I've been- all
and
my
a
life I've been
subjective
practicing
reading of
law.
facts.
Till the judgment comes, you never know which way the judgment will go. I mean, it is very childish and it is very ludicrous to make a statement that one lawyer has argued and the judge seems convinced.
It
Very
was
simple.
a
All
subjective
my life I've
reading
practiced
of
law.
the arguments that have been
Speculate.
made today.
Never
But
get to
just a
speculate.
second, Mr.
Let the
Agarwal,
judge
since you
convince.
said
Please,
that
I mean,
all of
please,
this is going to come
please,
to
just
naught,
such a
and it
big
is
and
nothing more than a
responsible
vacation
cannot-
that has been undertaken by the four
said that
officers
the
who are
judge
in
is
court.
convinced.
We've
I
got the
mean,
BJP spokesperson who wants to respond to that, where this is a big showboating attempt and it's nothing more than a glorified vacation, is what Mr. Choksi's lawyer is saying, Sanju Verma. A glorified vacation, he says. Nothing will happen.
Padmaja, I'm reminded of the false bravado a couple of years back by Vijay Mallya. I'm also reminded of the false bravado showcased by Nirav Modi, who's today cooling his heels in a London jail. And Vijay Mallya is all set to be deported after having lost his plea even in the UK Supreme Court. So I don't blame Mr. Vijay Agarwal for trying to be smarter in hindsight. The fact of the matter is now, without making this personal, let us straight get to the fact. Point number one, everybody says there's a confusion about whether he's got the citizenship of Antigua and Barbuda. He never had the citizenship of Dominica to start with, which we are all aware of. But is he still an Indian citizen? Well, Padmaja, as per Section 9, subsection 2 of the Indian Citizenship Act of 1955 and as per Section 12, 1A of the Citizenship Rules of 2019, Mr. Agarwal, hear this clearly. Mehul Choksi continues to be a citizen of India, albeit somebody who chose to flee the country as a fugitive, as an absconder, trying to
But
create
Mr.
the
Agarwal
law.
is saying
Point
that
number
it's
one.
not even his citizenship which is under debate over here. So what you are doing is just an exercise in obfuscation. The court is not going to rule on his citizenship.
Padmaja, you
That's what Mr. Vijay Agarwal is saying.
For about 10 minutes, who says this is not about his citizenship? You're missing the point with no offense to you, Padmaja. Of course, this is also about his citizenship, apart from the fact that here is an absconder who has been issued a red corner notice and he is to be tried in the Indian court under Indian law once he is deported back from Dominica. So, of course, this is about the fact that somebody defrauded Indian banks to the tune of 13,000 crores and then simply vanished one fine day. And secondly, he now claims that he's not an Indian citizen. So India has nothing to do with this case at all. So this is about two things. This is about the fact that the Modi government has zero tolerance for corruption. This is about the fact that he's set to be deported back from Dominica. This is about the fact that his citizenship in Antigua is mala fide, as has been said by Jackson
Okay, Vijay
Brown,
Agarwal, finally
Antigua.
respond to the
So he will be
point
tried in
that
Indian
today
court.
it was
Mehul
even
Choksi
argued
is
as
in
precedent
court.
the issue of Nirav Modi,
lawyer is Ali.
and it was quoted in court to say that how is it possible that for that person there is an adverse judgment, and in this case you will allow this person to get away. Vijay Agarwal, respond to what the BJP spokesperson is saying.
See, I mean, I am not privy to this. I have to find out what happened in the court. So I will not comment on what I do not know of. But let me tell you, it's my attention was invited very vehemently to subsection 2. One need to read subsection 2. Let me just tell you. Though for your viewers, I want to make it very lucid and simple. I do not want it to be a law coaching class here. And, I do not preach law till I'm getting paid for it. So here I'm not getting paid for it. So I'll not get into a too much legal discussion. But just for your viewers, I can tell you, Section 9(1) says the moment you acquire the citizenship of any other
You are
country, you used to be a
hallucinating.
citizen in India.
Please understand that your false
Subsection
bravado
2
is not working anymore. Mehul
Subsection
Choksi will be deported.
Yes.
back.
Okay, let's take
See,
this one
you
by
can
one,
hear
please.
the lady.
It's
I will
you.
keep quiet. Lady is first. Please hear the lady. I will
Let's
keep quiet.
please
If I
take
get
this
a
one by
chance,
one.
then only
Sanju
I'll
Verma,
open my
please
mouth.
let him respond to the issue that you have raised. Let me quote what happened in court, and then Mr. Agarwal will respond to that. The prosecution submitted the UK Westminster Court judgment in the Nirav Modi case to buffer its point and say that if both cases are of fraud and there the judgment is adverse, then similar standards have to be applied here as well. That is where the Westminster Court reference was brought in. Mr. Agarwal.
See, my understanding, while talking to you, I'm trying to chat on my WhatsApp. See, I'm not getting all this. What you are saying is, I am not able to verify the authenticity of the same. So I cannot say. My understanding is, and my information is, that there was no discussion about Mr. Mehul Choksi's background and his cases pending in India. This is my understanding, though I need to be verifying
Okay.
this. This is my understanding, and I will not say anything in air. Secondly, I come back to the point when I got interrupted in Section 9, and we can be very civil in while making our point. If we have a difference of opinion, you are you, I am I can't be you, you can't be me, but we are entitled to a difference of opinion. All panelists of yours are very respectable, and they are entitled to their difference of opinions rather than pointing fingers at anyone else. Section 9, subsection 2 has been quoted by a number of lawyers on the channel. Everyone speaks about 9 subsection 2 with such conviction that my legs became shaky. I opened the act again to cross-check myself. So, the Section 9 subsection 2 simply says that India has a right to make rules to determine how to establish whether a person has taken the citizenship of another country or not. So that situation will arise when there is a controversy whether a person has acquired citizenship or not. Here, when Mr. Mehul Choksi acquired the citizenship of Antigua, a report was called from India, and India gave no objection to that report.
Prime Minister Gaston Brown.
Please hear the lady. Please hear the lady. I believe I do not like to
Can we
interrupt.
please
hear
keep?
the lady.
Can we please hear one person at a time? Just a second, Sanju Verma. Please let him finish.
So what I am saying is that in this Section 9 subsection 2, there are only the rules can be made when the question is controversial. Here, there is Mr. Mehul Choksi has a passport of Antigua. He's taken the oath of allegiance. There is a system of citizenship by investment. And please be clear, you remember in one I don't want to take names because I don't represent him. In case of one very, very celebrated person who has some connection with cricket, he applied for some citizenship in these Caribbean countries and his citizenship was refused because he had the cases pending in India. So please be very, very clear. that when Mr. Mehul Choksi was to be granted citizenship of Antigua, Antiguan government called for a report from India, and India gave a clean report. So please be clear, and also it is being said that Mr. Mehul Choksi is yet to return.
Then how is it? I'm glad you brought up that issue. Of course, like you said, the debate here is not about the citizenship of Mehul Choksi, but since you brought up how it is ironclad, how is it that again today you had the prosecution submit the 2019 letter that has been written by the Prime Minister of Antigua, Gaston Brown, where he says very clearly, "Dear Sir, as Minister with responsibility for citizenship in Antigua and Barbuda, I hereby propose to make an order pursuant to Section 8 of Antigua and Barbuda Citizenship Act to deprive you of citizenship on the grounds of willful concealment of material acts and or false representation to support your application for citizenship. I advise you your right to have an inquiry under Section 10 of the Antigua and Barbuda Citizenship Act and the right to have legal representation." The operative part here is that it is on grounds of willful concealment of material facts and or false representation and order pursuant to deprive you of Antigua and Barbuda citizenship. And that is as of October 14, 2019.
It's a perfect homework. I'm very impressed. This is a correct letter. This is a letter, authentic letter, written by the PM to my client. It is extremely authentic. But what is not authentic is whether this letter has been argued today in court or not. That I plead ignorance, though my common sense tells that it has not been argued. But there is one more fact.
Sir,
I have filed a case in Antigua and taken a stay on this letter.
We are telling you, we are happy to tell you that it has in fact been placed on record. If you do not believe us, let me bring in again Times Now Siddhant, because like you said, even though you started by saying that facts are supposed to be ironclad and you questioned our facts, yes, these facts are perfect and Siddhant is on top of it. You're saying you do not know whether it was argued. As a matter of fact, it was put on record. Siddhant, the prosecution actually putting on record again this 2019 letter by the Prime Minister of Antigua, and that is the reason why today this citizenship issue, like we've been saying, even though Mr. Agarwal says it is immaterial, it actually could be the deciding factor. Siddhant.
Well, Padmaja, Mr. Agarwal is a very learned lawyer and he understands law better than me. But as he was mentioning this point that under the Indian Citizenship Act, if once you take a citizenship of another country, then your citizenship gets cancelled. And he also has to say that that Indian government acknowledged the surrendering of citizenship by Mr. Mehul Choksi. This is what Mr. Agarwal is saying. But this letter, Padmaja, tells a very different story where Mr. Gaston Brown writing to Mr. Mehul Choksi as telling him that you have used false information and you have not disclosed the entire information and background of yours before taking the citizenship of Antigua. So definitely, you know, the government of Antigua was also not very much convinced with the fact that the entire information was not given to them at the time of taking the citizenship. So this is something which I would like to highlight at this point in time, Padmaja, that there was immense pressure on Mr. Choksi from the Antiguan government, and you can see this letter that we have access from Gaston Brown written in 2019. So if going by this letter, it means that through false practices, this citizenship was acquired from the Antiguan government.
All right. I think we are going to... Yes, Mr. Agarwal, now you want to respond?
Today, you skirted the question, Siddhant. Siddhant, you are a very energetic and a responsible journalist. You please make a statement whether this letter has been placed in the court today. This was the question asked, but you are so smart that you skirted the issue. The question is not what this letter is, and let me tell you, on this letter I have a stay in my hand. So you have accessed the old letter. This letter is buried in the Antigua court. The moment this letter came, within 2 weeks, I took a stay in the Antigua court. That this letter is wrong, it is because it does not follow the mandate which you read of Section 8, and I challenge Section 8 of the Antigua, the Citizenship Act in the court. And there is a stay on the operation of this letter. This letter cannot be processed, number one. And there is a follow-up letter also, where the writer of this letter has admitted that I'm sorry, I am not aware of all the facts, because he says in the letter that you have done concealment.
Okay.
Concealment has been done. Is he not supposed to detail it? Do you write responsible letters like this? So when we raised this question, we wrote him back that, dear, you are saying that there are misrepresentation. Please give us the details of misrepresentation. So he wrote back. So half knowledge is very dangerous. So he wrote back saying, I'm sorry, I'm writing to India. I will get the details. Please wait. And on this ground only, we went that these such irresponsible letters are being written. This is it. But the question remains, Siddhant, which has been brushed under the carpet. What was said was that today this letter was argued in the court. So please tell the
Sir, the issue of
discharge your duty.
citizenship has been argued in court.
This,
The point being made
let
is
us talk
the
about the letter.
citizenship
Let us
has
talk
been
about the
argued in
letter.
court.
Please be honest. Please be
We are
honest.
talking
to
about
judge.
the
Please be
citizenship
honest.
question. Of course, we are being honest, sir.
Siddhant,
The citizenship
Siddhant, tell
question
me,
has been
can
argued.
you say with the sense of responsibility here on your own channel, with your own mic, with your see, I cannot see the video only. I can only hear the voices.
Vijayji,
Please be with sense of responsibility.
Mr. Agarwal,
Can
Mr.
you please
Agarwal,
take
the
a
point-
second?
Before this gets,
Please be very clear.
a second. Can you please have, okay, just a second. Let's put this three-way graphic. The issue of citizenship, there is 100% clarity about it, was put on record by the prosecution. And let me quote to you verbatim, Mr. Agarwal. Let's not do a changing of goalposts. What the prosecution said. I am quoting them. Mr. Choksi took citizenship on basis of falsehood. Mr. Choksi's citizenship has been taken to use Indian money that he didn't return. And that is why, and Mr. Choksi's filings for citizenship are irregular. This is what has been said by the prosecution. You say you are not privy to information. I am quoting to you these deliberations from inside the court. Siddhant has been getting us details of what happened inside court, and these three things about the filing, about the nature of the way in which citizenship was taken, was put on record. Siddhant, you want to elaborate on this?
Well, definitely, as far as citizenship is concerned, Mr. Agarwal, in the court, this is for the first time that the Dominican government has said that he could be sent back to India. And this is what our correspondents reporting from Dominica are telling us. And not just that, Mr. Agarwal, for the first time, the claims of abduction, which defense has made before the court, were also were not accepted, and the prosecution refused those claims as well. And at the same time, the testimony of the tour and travel company guy, he has also testified before the government that Mehul Choksi was not present on the said yacht. So all these things are very much in the public domain now in the courts of Dominica, Mr. Agarwal, and this is what is currently being argued.
Okay.
And we have also been told that defense has asked for an adjournment of today's hearing, and now the matter is kept for hearing tomorrow.
In fact, that's the big story that we are breaking right now. We've got details of when the next hearing will happen. It, in fact, is going to be 3rd of June, 9 a.m. Mr. Choksi is to be brought directly before the magistrate's court, immediately on the charge of illegal entry. I think it is quite clear what was argued, and we've got the details. Now, I want to open this up to our guests who have been listening very patiently, and I thank you for your patience. Dr. Sumansi Raman, Ghanshyam Tiwari, Alex Bruno, and Sanju Verma. Alex Bruno, this is something, just to get a view from Dominica, which has not just roiled up the politics of our country, but is having unexpected effects on the politics of Antigua and Dominica as well.
Yes, certainly it is. And as I have been saying, and I'm going to remain consistent, that both countries, Antigua and Barbuda and Dominica, are interested in the extradition of the Indian fugitive back to India. The court is going to have its say, and all the arguments are going to be presented. But at the end of the day, I think the government of India is going to get their man. One, because of the issues relating to the citizenship program. This is not good publicity for the program, and having him in Dominica or India or Antigua is going to make it worse. The executives of this country have what it takes to do what is necessary to get him out, and they are going to get him out. So irrespective of the arguments which have been made, how he got onto the island, etc., etc., etc. This is not even a citizenship matter. this is a matter of the extradition of somebody who's wanted to stand trial in India. So the government of Dominica is going to come good with the promise to get him out. So I really do not want to get into the debate and if he's really a citizen or not and all of these issues. As an analyst, I cannot deal with that. But based on how I see things and from my knowledge of the politics of
there is going to be
Island,
one bad boy billionaire who is going to face the law, or so seem to be the indications. Good beginning?
Well, Padmaja, I'll say 2 or 3 things. One is that Mr. Agrawal saying that, please be honest, he's defending a man who defrauded India of $2 billion. Saying that he would not argue unless he's paid. He's being paid by the taxpayer money. Mehul Choksi is not a man who earns his money through charity. He defrauded India. He would be Mehul Bhai for the Prime Minister, but the fact of the matter is he took away money from Indians. His government, his friend's government, which is the Prime Minister Modi's government, gave him a no-chit, as Mr. Vijay Agrawal clearly said.
Sir, why are you making this? You are making this about Mehul Bhai, somebody's friend, etc. The fact is, he's a fraudster and he's going to be brought back.
Allow me to complete.
Yes, Sanju Verma, you can come in. Let him start by making his opening comments. Yes.
For a government that so far has not even admitted that they gave a no objection certificate to Mehul Choksi. Even now, Sanju Verma will not admit it. This is the level of concealment this government has done. They are the ones who helped him defraud. They are the ones who helped him run away, and they are the ones who helped him take an anti-Muslim position by giving a no objection certificate. I have no trust in this government.
Okay, so let me ask you one cross question. If you are saying, please, let's not talk over each other. You are saying this government, let's go factually. You're saying this government helped him defraud, then helped him get citizenship of Antigua, and then helped him run away. Then what kind of a government which has helped him perpetuate a fraud is now getting him back, so that in front of the law enforcement agencies, the same man is going to say, hey, this is the government that helped me run away. This has to be the worst plan ever.
A government that enjoys a good show any day. It wants to just do headline management. It is on Times now that the first time it was
right. So first they helped him defraud, then they helped him run away. Now they are getting him back to do headline management and embarrass themselves.
Well,
this seems to be like the worst masterstroke ever.
Well, on Times now, you showed a man who said that in 2016 he complained to the Prime Minister's office. Around the same time the Prime Minister invited him to Prime Minister's residence and said, Mehul Bhai. Did the Prime Minister not know that there was a letter pending in his own office about a man who was later given no objection certificate for his conduct?
I will speak if you ask him to keep quiet now.
Okay. Sanju Verma, respond. This is damage control and headline management. Sanju Verma.
Padmaja, first things first. Let me put out facts in the public domain for your audience. First and foremost, every big NPA today was a loan that has been given by the UPA, Congress-led UPA between 2004 and 2014. Be it Vijay Mallya's Kingfisher, be it Vijay Mallya's United Breweries, be it the letters of undertaking LOUs that were issued without collateral to Nirav Modi in the PNB scam, be it SR Steel, SR Shipping, Bhushan Steel, Lloyd Steel, Kohinoor Infra, MDL Infra, all these loans today which have become bad and turned into NPAs. Who gave them? Congress. And Ghanshyam Tiwari, you allied with the Congress in Uttar Pradesh 2017. So you are the last person to lecture the Modi government. आपके अखिलेश यादव को मार्बल की टाइल, स्विमिंग पूल की टाइल, इलेक्ट्रिकल फिटिंग.
Okay. Let's not. Then this is just going to go down the tutu meme way. Please. Let's talk about the issue at hand. Please respond. Just a second, because this is also something that has been said. The specific issue which is being raised is this is headline management to create a splash. Sanju Verma, the timing.
Padmaja, the way you keep repeating headline management, I fail to understand. Are you a spokesperson of Samajwadi Party? Not once have you said that the Modi
I am saying the allegation, Sanju Verma, is that it is headline management.
No. You
Ghanshyam Tiwari literally just said that this is headline management.
What Ghanshyam Tiwari is
Okay,
saying.
Ghanshyam Tiwari,
Can you please
repeat your question. Repeat your question, Ghanshyam Tiwari, the succinct question so that it can be answered. Let's have it directly from Ghanshyam Tiwari.
Have you admitted that Vijay Mallya?
What is your specific question, Mr. Tiwari?
I can only tell to Sanju Verma that the Tribune today has an interview of Preeti Choksi, his wife, who says Antigua is the safest place for them for last 3 years. This government, your government, allowed this man to go for dinners, go for his evening walks across the beaches, go for dates as he pleases, and give him the safest place as he would want. And your government did that. So that is a specific question. Why are you giving him this red carpet? Why are you giving a man who defrauded India of $2 billion a red carpet?
And who was in power in 2013, in 2014, when the 80-20
You have given him a red carpet for 3 years. The question is why?
Indian Bank. It was the Congress which was in power. Modi government, through the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code and through the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act of 2018, has recovered more than 13 to 14,000 crores. Ghanshyam Tiwari, go and educate yourself. Are you aware of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code of 2016? Are you aware of the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act of 2018? Thousands of crores have been recovered because zero tolerance for corruption is what the Modi government stands by. Na khaunga, na khane dunga.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, I have to say, at this point, your argument seems to be an effort to shift the goalpost. When the man ran away, you said this government allowed him to run away. So now, Sumant Raman, if he is being brought back, then you have to apply the same standards and say this government is bringing back somebody who defrauded our people and our exchequer. If the blame was on one government, then the credit, if and when, and he's being fought for. 4 of our representatives were in court, documents were sent on a special jet to ensure that all of these issues are addressed. The effort is being made. Sumant Raman.
Okay, Padmaja, I have only 2-3 facts to state. One, while Sanju Verma is right that the majority of these loans were given during the UPA time, the loans continued to be given till 2016, and that is on record. So there is no question of saying that the loans stopped exactly in May 2014.
Every loan that has turned
So can we please refer to the issue at hand? Again, we are shifting off goalposts. My question to you simply is, right now, if an effort is being made to bring back a criminal, will you recognize that it is to the government's credit that they have managed to get to a point where 2 governments are backing our demand and saying, yes, send him back. Not just the government of India, the government of Antigua and the government of Dominica is backing our demand. You have to concede that.
Mr. Agarwal made it clear how far in the distance is possible extradition is. Because what is now being
He's Mr. Choksi's lawyer. What did you expect him to say? He's not going to say that Mr. Choksi is going to be extradited. He is going to employ everything. The facts are otherwise.
He was.
His citizenship is very much on the table.
None of you refuted him. The case is not related to extradition to India.
We refuted every single thing.
You did not.
I don't even see how this is a debate anymore. I thought it became crystal clear. Sir, let me, at the risk of repeating myself, okay, I think we need to make a few things clear. As of today, it's not about Mehul Choksi, whether he has the liberty of going back to Antigua and how he got to Dominica. Right now, the case being argued, for which the government of India has also sent documents, for which there are testimonies from the Prime Minister of Antigua, is should Mehul Choksi be in either of these 2 countries at all? And both these countries are saying no. There is one place he belongs to, and that place is India. And it's the government of Dominica and the government of Antigua which has said it on record. I just told you what the prosecution argued. That the citizenship was taken under fraudulent means, that it was done to make use of money which has been received through fraud. And so he needs to be deported. These were arguments made in court, Mr. Raman. What are we even arguing about anymore? Yeah, and which is why I'm asking you, and which is why I suspect you're sidestepping the question. Do you concede today that at least an effort is being made to bring a criminal to book? Sumant Raman.
Can I speak now? Yeah. Kindly give me 30 seconds uninterrupted
yes, please.
time to speak. Right? Considering I've been waiting for 42 minutes. Now,
Yes.
two, three things. One, whether you like it or not, Padmaja, the fact remains that Mr. Choksi left the country during this particular government's term in power. Right? I think that is at least something that you will not dispute unless you want to give that also a spin, saying that the Congress somehow helped him to escape. One. Second, the no objection certificate that the lawyer categorically said was given by the Indian government, has it been implicitly refuted? Who gave that no objection certificate from the Indian side, which allegedly allowed Mr. Choksi to get Antiguan citizenship? Was such a document given? Yes? No. Let somebody state that, because until now, that has still not been explicitly denied. And Mr. Agarwal said, Government of India has given it. So, and otherwise you should have countered him when he said that and said, no, Government of India has not given it. So Government
I
of
did.
India,
Weren't you listening?
you did not say Government of India has not given a no objection.
Sir, I will quote
No,
to you
you did not.
again the letter that has
Did you
been
say
written.
that?
You are saying, okay, so
Did
you
you
will
say that?
believe the lawyer, the defense lawyer, if I may add, of somebody who is accused of fraud and fleeing illegally from the
I am
country.
not denying
But you will
you.
not believe the Prime Minister of another sovereign country, who I am telling you has written to Mehul Choksi in 2019 saying that you have got the citizenship
But
on
he
the
didn't get a
basis
say.
of
He
willful
lied.
concealment
Sir,
of
Mr.
material facts and false representation.
That letter is
The Prime Minister of another country is saying that he lied to get citizenship. You are saying no, Government of India facilitated it. Anyhow, Sanju Verma respond that you first let him fly the coup. Now all of this is damage control. Why did you allow him to fly the coup? Sanju Verma.
Okay. Padmaja, I want to come in and make a very simple point which will expose the hypocrisy of Ghanshyam Tiwari, Sumansi Raman and their ilk. You know, these people keep saying that the Modi government gave an NOC. No. The Modi government issued a red corner notice for Mehul Choksi. The enforcement directorate and CBI have managed to lodge cases pertaining to money laundering, bribery, corruption, defrauding of Indian banks, etc. I just want to say one thing. Why is it that today when Mehul Choksi is about to be deported, you guys are whining? Why is it that when Neerav Choksi is pulling his heels in the jail, you are still whining? Why is it that when Vijay Mallya has lost his appeal in the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom, you are still whining? But you will say, do not
Mr. Raman.
let them go out of the country. That time you will quote the Indian Passport Act of 1967. So let me tell you, Indian Passport Act of 1967 by Nehru
Madam,
Choksi,
did
misused
the government
by Vijay Mallya.
give an NOC?
What we are naming
Yes.
them. We are
Yes.
getting them
That's
back.
a very
If Chidambaram does that,
answer.
if Karti Chidambaram does that, we will
Sanju
get
Verma,
them
you
back
can
too.
shout as
When
much
we
as you
arrest
want.
Chidambaram, you say, oh my God, this
Okay,
is
okay,
justice.
okay. You
Arif,
can shout.
now
You can
that we are
shout
getting
as
Mehul
much as
Ms. Verma, do you want to answer in yes or no? Sumansi Raman wants a direct answer. Did you give him the NOC? Yes or no? Sanju Verma, did you give the NOC? Yes or no? That's what is being asked.
Yही काम है आप
That's
लोगों
why
का.
she's shouting. She's
You do
shouting
not
only
want to
because she
do a
doesn't want to answer the
any
question.
of work. And now that the Modi government is bringing the deportation of Mehul Choksi to fruition, people like you are shamelessly saying,
Everybody
this is
wants
event
a person
management.
back. Everyone in India wants a man who looted 13,000
न
crores
खाऊंगा
from
न
this
खाने
country
दूंगा
back.
and zero tolerance for corruption.
Yes or no?
Something the
This
Modi
government of India
believes
gives
But
in.
sir-
Do not question the impeccable credentials
She's not
of
answering,
the Modi
Padmaja.
scheme. Get that loud and clear.
She will shout. She will shout. That's her usual strategy.
You know,
She will answer yes or no.
just a second. Ghanshyam Tiwari, now it just seems that these objections, and I'll give the final word to you, these objections seem to be slightly petulant. At the time he was allowed to escape, by all means question how he was allowed to escape. But now recognize that he is being brought back. And efforts are being made by the same government. And again, I don't understand your logic when you say that they allowed him to escape, but now they are bringing him back. But let's first examine how did he manage to go?
Well, Padmajaji, notwithstanding all my doubts, all my criticism, if this government brings him back, gets that $2 billion back, brings Vijay Mallya, gets that money back, I will celebrate for this government. It's as simple as that. I can promise they are not going to do that. And I have my sympathies with Alex Bruno, who's attending this debate for the first time. Debates are like that. Please don't get disheartened. You get your time to speak. There is a little bit of shrill. So that's my final word.
All right, I'm sure Mr. Bruno appreciates your sentiments on behalf of all of India and people who watch Indian News TV. On that note, I'm going to thank you very much, Mr. Bruno. I think we'll see more of you tomorrow as well, because we'll have 6:30 p.m. Mehul Choksi in court again. Thank you very much, all gentlemen, and Sanju Verma for joining me. And